Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom. It's your boy King Hebrew coming to you live with another powerful video, man. This video is gonna be called "Are You Ready for the Day of the Lord?" Are you ready for the day of Yahweh, man? You know what I'm saying? Some that the day of the Lord, people think that when the Lord comes back, it's gonna be like a birthday party. It's gonna be like a celebration. People, you know what I'm saying, are gonna be laughing and balloons all in the air. It's gonna be barbecue, kids running around. It's not gonna be nothing like that. The Lord's not pleased with what's going on right now. And you don't know because you're not reading. You're not into current events. You're not into any geopolitics at all. The Lord's not pleased with what's going on here in this country. He's not pleased at all. Right? So if you think for 1 minute that when the Lord comes back, right, whether you're Christian or whether you're atheist, whatever, right? If you even have an idea, if you believe that the Lord's coming back with strawberry smoothies and cookies and he's gonna pass out cards, that's not what's going on, bro. And you're seeing it every day. You're seeing it on the news, right? Things are getting worse if you are actually paying attention on what's in the news, what people are saying, what people are doing, wars, right? So we have to stop being so damn oblivious to the day of the Lord, right? We have to stop acting like it's just gonna be strawberries and pineapples, bro. It's not gonna be none of that. For the longest, we have not kept no commandments. We haven't Slakia, we haven't prayed. We haven't prayed, including myself, barely praying. I'm not praying as much as I used to. I'm not fasting as much as I used to. Especially now with the job and the type of work that I do is kind of hard to fast because I don't want to fall out. But I am kind of getting back into, you know what I'm saying, we have to pray more, about 4 or 5 times a day. And that's just the minimum, you know. And it could be anywhere, whether you're eating, whether you're walking, just a quick prayer in your mind. You know, something's better than nothing. But anyways, we're gonna get back on topic and we're gonna talk about the day of the Lord and what exactly it's really gonna be like when the Lord comes back. The energy and the condition that the world's gonna be in when the Lord slowly comes back. Right? It's not gonna happen all at once. It's gonna slowly happen. It's like yeah, this place, it's like cancer is slowly dying. Every day is getting worse and worse and worse. People are getting more oblivious. People are just they don't know what they believe in anymore, right? They have no faith in their religion and what they always believed in, right? So we're gonna go we're gonna go to the book of Isaiah real quick, the 34th chapter, the book of Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Right? And we're gonna get pretty deep into this, man. You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to keep. I had plans on keeping this short, but with that one verse, with those first two verses, I know exactly where I'm going with this, and we're just gonna get really heavy into this thing, man. Right? So first of all, Isaiah 34 chapter, the first verse, it says to hear. Everybody should be listening, especially those who are Israel. If you're of these other nations, don't worry about it. It's not for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. But this is for those who are actually the elect, who are chosen, right? So it says in verse 2, for the indignation. Let's get a quick slack here. Let's get the word. What does indignation mean? Let's just, all right. Indignation. Anger or annoyance provoked by what is perceived as unfair treatment. That's what indignation is. So in Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 2, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. That doesn't sound like love, right? Indignation meaning anger, fury, saying that he's going to utterly destroy them and hath delivered them to the slaughter. All right, let's keep that real quick. Let's keep that. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter Slacky. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21, right? Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So the Lord said he's going to prepare a slaughter. All right? Prepare slaughter. Now, he also said you are going to, those who are not Israel, they are going to bow down to the slaughter. We all know what a slaughter is. We don't have to get too much into it. Bow down, Slakia. I'm going to get this verse real quick. This is all tying in with the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter, right? I want to get the context in the book of Isaiah chapter 14. I'm going to start at verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. So the seed of evildoers, if you are a seed of somebody who did evil, rape, rob, and murder, I don't have to get too much into it, but if you are a seed of a evildoer, the Lord says you shall never be renowned. And in verse 21, it says to prepare slaughter for his children, the children of Israel, for the iniquity of their fathers. Right? That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant the son and nephew, saith the Lord. So he said what? The seed of evildoers. Now this is all tying into the book of Isaiah 34 chapter, right? I'm going to go back to the book of Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Right? And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Verse 6, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and is made with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Now, what is Idumea? The Lord's talking to a specific people. He said, the mountains in verse 3, right? Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come upon out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. God damn. Okay, let's get the book of Isaiah real quick. I kind of want to stay on the slaughter, right? But we're gonna just let's get Idumea real quick. Idumea. All right. Idumea is talking to the Edomites. In case you guys don't know, Idumea is the name Slakia. Idumea is the name given to the land controlled by the descendants of Esau, Jacob's brother, known as the Edomites. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 30. You can go to the book of Genesis chapter 36 and verse 8. Throughout their history, they would have a troubled relationship with Israel. So Idumea is the land controlled by the descendants of Esau. So the Lord's talking to Esau. He's talking to the Edomites. Esau is the Edomites. You go to the book of the book of Genesis chapter 36 and verse 19. Okay. So the Lord said that their carcasses and their mountains shall be melted with their blood, right? So let's go. I have another Slakia beat. Let me get the book of Isaiah chapter 65. Chapter 65 and verse 12. The book of Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. So the Lord said, those who didn't listen, you and all the Edomites, Idumea, right? It says you are going to bow down to the slaughter because you didn't listen. There's no reason for you to get no kingdom of heaven if you're wicked as hell. If you're gay, you're homosexual, you molest children, you sell drugs, you do drugs, you haven't repented, you're not praying, you're not reading, you're not studying, you're not doing no work, that's just what it is, right? There's no reason for you to get the kingdom of heaven if you're not working for it. You can't just say you're going to heaven. It doesn't work like that. You got to put in work. It's not just John 3:16, for God so loved the world, you pray once a day in the morning, and that's it. You're not reading, you're not studying, you're not asking questions, you're not congregating. It's hypocrisy. Straight up. It's straight up hypocrisy, right? So the Lord said, you will bow down. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 12. I'm paraphrasing now. It says, because he called, you did not answer. Therefore, you are going to bow down to the slaughter. Right? So again, all this for God so loved the world nonsense. He's coming back with strawberry smoothies and popsicles and balloons, and he's gonna be on the grill barbecuing for every. No, that's not what's going. I promise you, that's not what's going to happen. Because it says it right here in the book, right? It's the book of Joel, chapter 2. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 2 and verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and nothing shall escape them. So the Lord's day is going to be a day of darkness, a day of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. It doesn't sound like love. It doesn't sound like happiness. It sounds like the Lord. He's gonna get to work. He's gonna do what he said he was gonna do. Right. The book of Isaiah. The book of Amos. It's the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 16. Therefore, the Lord, the God of hosts, the Lord, saith thus, wailing, right? Wailing shall be in all streets. What does wailing mean? So you would think that when the Lord comes back, right, kids are going to be laughing in the streets. Everybody's going to be happy. People are going to be celebrating. It literally says in Amos chapter 5 and verse 16, there's going to be wailing in the streets. Wailing literally means, and I have the definition right here. You can look it up. Wailing. It means crying with pain, grief, or anger. It doesn't sound like happiness to me. All right, so the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 16. Therefore, the Lord, the God of hosts, the Lord saith thus, wailing shall be in all streets, and they shall say in all the highways, alas, alas, and they shall call the husbandmen to mourning, and such as are skillful in lamentation to wailing, and in all vineyards shall be wailing, for I will pass through thee, saith the Lord. Woe unto you, listen, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. That's literally what it says. It says nothing about happiness. It says nothing about laughter and strawberry smoothies and chocolate and balloons and bounce houses and barbecues and kids running around. No, it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? That's what we're reading. That's why we're breaking this out, because this is the misinterpretation. This is what Christianity is doing to us. Is we're being we're being led to believe. We're being misled with misinformation into believing that the day of the Lord is going to be happiness and light and joy. That's not what it says. That's simply not what it says, right? Let's go back to the book of Isaiah, the 63rd chapter, right? The book of Isaiah, chapter 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom, which is Esau, with dyed garments from Basra, this that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength? I that speak in righteousness, mighty to say, therefore art thou red in thy apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none for me, for I will tread them in my anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeem is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore my own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in my anger, and will make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. So Esau is Edom. Okay, Esau is Edom. If you don't know what's going on, I just told you who Esau is. Esau is the brother of Jacob. Esau is the brother of Jacob. The father of these two men is Isaac. The father of Isaac is Abraham. The Lord said his everlasting covenant in Romans 11:26. His covenant is going to be with Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel in Genesis 32:28. His brother is Esau. Another name for Esau is Edom. Genesis 36:19. So the Lord says, you read the whole chapter of, read the book of Isaiah chapter 63. You can read 1 through 6. That's all you really need to read. You know what I'm saying? So, we're gonna, let's go back to the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter. Let's go. Right, and we're not going to get too much into Esau. We could save that for another video, but the Lord's dealing with a specific, his anger is towards a specific people. And these people are so oblivious, they don't even know what's about to happen to them. They don't even know. They don't know there, because there's nothing that they can do. There's nothing they could say. There's no way you could prepare for the day of the Lord. There's no way. So the Lord put his spirit in them to be oblivious to what's really about to happen to them and everything they stole, everybody they raped, robbed, and murdered. There's a judgment coming, right? Because God is a man of judgment. God's not gonna let nothing go. Right? That's not the God that we serve. That's not the real Messiah. The Jesus that you serve forgives everybody. You know what I'm saying? He forgives child molesters. He forgives murderers. No, there is a judgment, bro. You guys got to stop that. Life doesn't work like that. The Jesus you serve forgives child molesters. The Lord says if anyone offends a child, you need to get hung by your neck and thrown into the sea. That's in the book of Matthew, bro. The Lord's not dealing with none of that shit. And they allow certain sexual acts with minors in the state of California. And we're going to bring that out too. Because these laws were passed. You understand? So, again, the Lord has a judgment for these people. Because the fact that that law was even passed, the fact that that law was even presented, right? Just the fact that they even brought that law to the table shows you the type of world that we're living in. It just shows you the type of people that are in control. Adults are now given the approval to have sex with minors. The Lord's not dealing with that. The Lord's not dealing with nobody molesting children in any way, shape, or form. The Lord's not with children making the decision to change their gender. The Lord's not dealing with that. The Lord has a judgment for everybody and what they do. Right? So it's the book of Psalms chapter 37 and verse, I'm going to start at 27. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The wicked people who are passing these laws, committing the wicked acts, bro, just stuff that's behind the scenes that you don't know. You only see these people when the cameras are on. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're talking about when the camera's off. When the camera's on, everybody's laughing. Everybody's having a good time. What are you doing behind closed doors? What are you doing when the camera's off? What are you doing when nobody's around? These are questions you don't ask yourself. You understand? Because you want to get caught up in, you know what I'm saying? Again, people get caught up when it's lights, camera, action, and when it's time to play your role. Everybody's doing no. You don't know what these people are doing. You don't know. They could be doing anything, right? They could be doing it. You don't know. So when you turn on your TV, that's when you see them at their best, right? They got the makeup, they got the best outfit, they have assistants, but you don't know what they're saying. You don't even know what they're thinking when those cameras are off, and when they go straight to commercials, and when they go home and they take a shower and they eat. You don't know what type of conversation these people are having, but the Lord knows. The Lord knows there's a judgment coming for these wicked ass people, man. And that's why the day of the Lord, again and again. Are you ready for the day of the Lord? That's the question. The question is you're not. You're not ready for the day of the Lord. Cause it's something that, even though, you know what I'm saying, we do want to go home and we want this place to be destroyed. At the same time, we don't know our lot. We don't know our judgment yet. So we're just hopeful, and right now we're just having faith. We're just having faith that the Lord has mercy on us, man. So again, we just want to get out of. We just want to go home. Basically, we just want to go home. This is not your home. This is not your rest. You look around, people's getting shot down, people getting murdered, people being mistreated, children being molested. There's a lot of wickedness going on, man. And you can't expect these people to do it in your face. Why would they? To give you something to talk about? They're not gonna tell you what they really do behind closed doors. Why? So you could talk shit and you could tell everybody, and you could tell all your little friends and your family, and they could tell their friends, and it's gonna be a domino effect. They're not gonna throw themselves under the bus like that. Their job is to make it seem like everything is just perfect. Everything is about pineapples. It's an illusion. It's like Novocaine. You know what Novocaine is? Let's Google what Novocaine is. That's all they're doing. They want to make it look like everything is okay. That's their job. They don't want to tell you what's going on. They can't afford that, right? Novocaine. Novocaine causes loss of feeling of skin and mucous membranes. So it's like Novocaine. So we're all under Novocaine because we're all under the impression we're all under the impression that the Lord's coming with balloons, barbecue. Just that's Novocaine. We're under the impression. We're under the impression, and because we're under the impression of being misled with misinformation, we're getting caught up. Right? We are getting caught up, man. So we have to really think, are you ready for the day of the Lord? Are you, again, you're not ready. But you have to do the work of the Lord. So Lord willing, He has mercy on you. That way, you don't fall out as bad as other people are going to fall out. Certain people are going to starve to death. Certain people are going to get beaten, tortured, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their portion, right? But let me see if I could bring I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh. It's something to really think about, y'all. It's something to really think about. It's something that it's a situation you shouldn't be like expecting to go well, you know. I mean, depending on your lot, it really depends, bro. It really, really depends. But let's get it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 8. For I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery. The book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 8. For I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery. For burnt offering, I will direct their work in truth, and I will make a everlasting covenant with them. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, and they that are the seed which the Lord hath blessed. It's talking about seed, singular, not plural. Let's see what he's talking about. I'm gonna close out with this. Right? Slacky, let me get let's get the book of Psalms, chapter 40. Hold on. Slacky. I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna close out with the book of Psalms, so we can get to see who is the seed that we just read, right? It's the book of Psalms, chapter 22 and verse 23. Ye that fear the Lord, praise him. All ye the seed of Jacob, glorify him and fear him. All ye the seed of Jacob, for he hath not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither hath he hid his face from him. But when he cried unto him, he heard. So we're talking about the seed of Jacob, the seed of Israel, right? So with that, I'm going to close out. Again, giving, of course, all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai. Still coming out with multiple videos. I'm still, again, the last two precepts I brought out, you have to really, really connect the dots, man, right? You really got to connect the dots on that. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. We have to understand who the elect is, who's the chosen, and we just read it, right? So, absolutely. All glory, honor, and praises. All right. Shalom.